about the issues or problems in our project. Occurrence of risk events which will affect the project success or project's objectives. It's a problem. It's a problem. Issue, occurrence of risk event which will affect the project success or project objectives. Okay. Any question, engineers? It's like the previous diagram. This slide. About uncertainty, risk and certainty.
Sorry, Doctor, just I told about Mrs. Ibtihal.
Yes.
She's a president, not absent. She has a problem with mic.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, Doctor, thank you.
Okay, thank you. Okay. Engineers, any question? Any question? This engineer Nama Atia, any question?
Sorry, Doctor, about issue. About
Yeah.
issue. That's writing here. Occurrence of risk event which will affect the project succeeds.
Yes.
The project
Yes,
succeeds.
I should
But,
have a problem. Some problem when occurring the risks. Issues are the problem in our project. Okay. Okay, Miss Engineer.
Okay, Doctor. Thank you.
No question? I think I explained, yeah? Miss Engineer Abbas Al-Baizai, any question?
Doctor,
Okay, Miss Engineer.
in examination, the answer in Arabic or English language?
What is
In examination,
excuse me?
hear
It
me?
is not clear. Please repeat your question, Miss Engineer.
Okay, in examination at the end of term,
Yes.
we answer in Arabic or in English language?
I explained where when you were absent in our classes about your translation, about your final project, and about your final exam. You can run it in any language, Arabic, Farsi, English, no problem.
Okay, thank you very much.
Okay. And our question will be in English language. Our questions.
Okay, Doctor.
But your answers can be in any language, Arabic, Farsi, English, and I know Italian language, French language, German. You can write, no problem.
Thank you very much.
It's enough, Miss Engineer?
Enough, thank you.
Yes. You can write with these 5 or 6 languages, no problem.
I'll read risk management in English and Arabic, but in Arabic I understand more.
Yes.
So the articles, final project, and the lecture, all lecture, I will translate to Arabic to understand what do you say.
Yes, no problem. You
Okay,
can
thank you.
write them
And risk management is beautiful, and understand all lectures.
Okay, thank you. We explained in last term and this term in the beginning of the term about these items. So other students haven't any question about this question. No problem. You are our sister and no problem. You can write in any language. Arabic, Farsi, English, German, Italian, French. These ones, no problem. Thank you. Do you know any foreign language engineers? Besides Arabic and English? Any other foreign language? You know engineers? For example, Italian language. Italian language say, mi scusa. Like, excuse me. Mi scusa. Okay. Continue. Any question about the lecture? Just Farsi and few words of Spanish. This engineer Abbas Al-Baizoi, what means amor in Spanish? I like Gypsy Kings group. Gypsy Kings band.
Vale, doctor. I knew few words of Spanish.
Okay.
I know English and Farsi, few little Farsi, and
Yes.
few words of Spanish.
Okay. And what means amor in Spanish?
More? muy. muy يعني كثيرا. muy.
No.
muy
يعني بلا معنى.
salud يعني بالصحة جيدة جدا يعني. muy.
No.
I think
Vale, doctor. More يعني muy in Spanish.
Amor. Amor. Amor.
I think not
Amor?
Victor, no.
Mon amor. Mon amor.
I think جدا يعني muy very يعني muy vale
Okay. Thank you. Mr. Engineer Baha, excuse me. Mr. Baha, do you hear me?
Yes, Victor.
Okay. Any question, Mr. Baha, or any answer about the questions?
No, Victor, thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Victor.
Okay. So you can write in any language, no problem. Any
Sorry,
question
Victor,
about? Okay.
you speak Arabic? You speak Arabic?
Yes, Arabic, English, and some foreign languages. Yeah.
كيف حالكم دكتور؟ إن شاء الله تمام.
Thank you. I learn English and Arabic from 3 years old. From 3 years old, before learning Farsi in Iran, in some institutes. I learned Arabic and English before Farsi, reading and writing. Thank you, Miss Engineer Shalon. Miss Engineer Fatima Shalon, what means Pukachbar in Turkish, in Istanbuli? What means Pukachbar? This engineer Alan Ziya, do you know what means, for example, bu kaç var in Turkish? Okay, thank you. And I know any language in Iran because I travel very much, about 30 years around the world and around the Iran, to any province and many of cities in Iran and around the world. So I know any language in Iran. For example, Turkish, for example, Kurdish, and I know some of you know Kurdish. I think we can speak with together in Kurdish. You know Kurdish? Because some regions in Iraq speak Kurdish, I know. Around, I think, Suleymaniye and some cities. Okay, if you know Kurdish, we can speak with together, no problem. Continue. Yes, it's very good. We can. Yes, just north of Iraq, yeah. That we can speak some languages. Okay. Thank you. Any question about the lecture? Not about the language? Any question about the lecture? No question. So continue. About this slide, that is risk culture is very important. Risk culture in life and in organizations. Risk culture in the life and in organizations. Risk culture framework. From the left, that are groups, and the next column from the left is dimensions about the level of risks, from high risks level to low risks. About the risk culture framework, about the groups, the upper one in red color box, transparency of risks for identification, the transparency or clearance of risks. And the next one, dark blue color box in the left column, acknowledgement of risks, acknowledgement about risks in our projects or in life or organizations. And the upper one is responsiveness, about responsibilities, responsiveness or responses to risks, suitable responses or responsiveness to risk, means a suitable or sufficient response to risk. And the other one is respect, means a relation, for example, or level. Respect for risks. And about any group, about dimensions of the risk. First column is about high risk, about transparency of risk. The amounts are in three level: poor, unclear, and lack of insight or knowledge. Lack of insight or lack of knowledge. About poor risks, poor transparency of risk, about how risk. With communication in the group, in the team, we can go to, we can decrease the level of the risk or dangerous of the risk or negative effect of the risk to low risk with good transparency. And about unclearance of the risk with tolerance or acceptance. We can change it to low risk with clearance. And about lack of insight or knowledge, that is going to level of insight, level of knowledge. We can make good insight or good knowledge about low risk. And in group knowledgement of risks. The first one in this group about high risk is overconfidence. And with some confidence, we have about low risk, confident but careful. Confident about low risk but careful. And about no challenge, with some challenge we have low risks that are constructive challenge or challenges, constructive challenge. And in this group about fear of bad news with openness or sometimes clearance, trust, fear of bad news with openness. About low risk we have reward honesty, excuse me, reward honesty about low risk. And in next group about responsiveness to risk or respond of risks. About indifference, coolness, irazi. Indifference by increasing level of care about low risk, we have diligence. That means effort, that means trying. About low risk, diligence. And in this group about slow, about hard risk, with increase the speed of response or efficiency of the response. We can have fast about low risk in our project. And about the last group, respect for risk relation. For risk, about gaming, about high risks in our project with cooperation or cooperation. Cooperation, about low risk, we will have coordinating. And in this group, respect for risk, about beat the system. Some dangerous, some fears in our project, about beat the system with adherence to rules, following the rules. We can increase the level of the risk, and about low risk, we have play by the rules or active by the rules, deal with by the rules. Okay, about about low risk in our project. And in this diagram, about risk culture in the life and organization, the items are such as people conversation from the left, people conversation, these logos. After that, empowerment. After that, collaboration or cooperation, and after that, decision make. Okay. Thank you. Any question, engineers, about this part? Any question? Engineers? Ladies and gentlemen, any question? This engineer, Raja Kazam Abbas, do you hear me? This engineer, Raja Kazam Abbas. Okay. Engineers, ladies and gentlemen, any question? No question. Okay. Until slide number 9, we see. So, thank you. If you have any question, I'm in the class. If you don't have any question, you can go to work in your life. Thank you very much, and goodbye. Thank you. Until next session. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. Last week we will have the final session. And next week and next session, our course will end. And we will determine the date of sending your final project. Last session and last week. After the ending your exams in this term. Thank you, engineers, and goodbye. Thank you. Mr. Amin, do you hear me? Mr. Amin, do you hear me?
Assalamu alaikum, doctor. How are you?
Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. How are you? Where are you, Mr. Amin?
Oh, I am in the room. Thank you.
Okay. Mr. Amin, any question?
No, thank you. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. Goodbye. خدا حافظ. خدا نگهدار.
خدا حافظ. خدا حافظ.
مع السلامه. شكرا.
أحسن. والدكتور شكرا عزيزي.
شكرا. Thank you.